invigorate the soul, uplift the heart, and steer in the right direction. Ancient Tales of Wisdom on the SOH Radio Network.
Welcome to Ancient Tales of Wisdom. My name is Grace Mann. Today I have two short interrelated tales to share with you. Forbearance influences the domineering person to become benevolent, and a brief discussion on the Chinese character Ren, Forbearance. Forbearance influences the domineering person to become benevolent. Zhang Jin was born in the Ming Dynasty. He married a Liu from a rich family. Zhang Jin's mother was extremely bossy and envious. 3 of her previous daughters-in-law had left since they could not tolerate her ill treatment. Liu was the 4th daughter-in-law. After she moved in with Zhang's family, her mother-in-law liked her very much. Many people were surprised. They asked Liu why her mother-in-law liked her. She answered, "It is just due to obedience. I comply with all her instructions and am not moved by her provocations, even for matters that do not accord to etiquette or tasks that are considered inappropriate for women to do. I do not shirk them. Afterwards, I seek an opportunity to calmly explain whether it was right or wrong. Quite often, my mother-in-law listens to me." Liu waited on her mother-in-law for 3 years, and in doing so, her mother-in-law became benevolent. From then on, the mother never ill-treated her daughter-in-law again. In interpersonal relationships, there is the mentality that if you treat me badly, then I will treat you badly or even worse. As a result, we can only deepen and sharpen our opposition by returning evil for evil and repaying ill will with resentment, which does not solve the basic problem in the least. However, when we are faced with a conflict, whether the other side is right or wrong, we could forbear and step back. Then we can explain calmly and genially. Facing a mind and words of benevolence, I believe even the most imperious person will hesitate to be aggravated, and even the greatest conflicts will be solved. Let us not forget the ultimate power of benevolence and forbearance. And now, a brief discussion on the Chinese character Ren, Forbearance. The Chinese character Ren is pictophonetics, that is, a character that is formed by combining one element indicating meaning and the other sound. The character Ren, Forbearance, is composed of the element Xin, heart, which represents the meaning, and the element Ren, knife blade, representing the sound Ren, which means to endure, to forbear, and to tolerate. It also contains the connotation of self-restraint and self-control. The character Ren, Forbearance, is formed by placing the knife over the heart, as if implying Ren, Forbearance, is not easily achieved by ordinary people, but requires a higher level of cultivation, discipline, and will. Why should we forbear? What are the positive outcomes of forbearing? One can read in words of admonition concerning forbearance. If the wealthy can forbear, they will preserve their ancestry. If the poor can forbear, they will be freed from humiliation. If father and son can forbear, they will treat each other with filial piety and parental tenderness. If brothers can forbear, they will treat each other with righteousness and sincerity. If friends can forbear, their friendship will last. If husbands and wife can forbear, their relationship will be harmonious. In the middle of a tribulation, those who forbear may be ridiculed and laughed at by others. But once one overcomes the tribulation, those who ridiculed and laughed will be ashamed and mortified. During thousands of glorious years of divine culture, the virtuous sages took great pains to teach people to be tolerant and forgiving, to endure humiliation, and to forbear great responsibilities, thus creating a rich and precious culture of forbearance. There are numerous inspiring stories of forbearance that have been recorded in history books and chronicles, yet the inner meaning of forbearance goes beyond that. Falun Gong scriptures mention that the characteristic of the universe is Zhen, Shan and Ren, truthfulness, compassion and forbearance, which is the highest Buddha Fa of the universe. Ren forbearance has far more profound meanings, and practitioners of Falun Gong can become enlightened to them at different levels of their cultivation practice. Thank you for joining us today. Stay tuned for more great ancient tales of wisdom. This is Grace Mann from the SOH Radio Network.
Thank you for listening to Ancient Tales of Wisdom. We here at SOH hope we will see you for our next installment on the SOH Radio Network.